What is the survival rule of 3? The survival rule of 3 describes how long we can survive without having our most basic and social needs met. The most time-sensitive needs are listed first. You can survive 3 minutes without air. The essential function of the respiratory system is to provide the cells with oxygen. Without oxygen, all your cells will die. So do anything you can to protect your respiratory system, including wearing a mask when necessary. You can survive 3 minutes in cold water. Being in cold water for more than 3 minutes is dangerous because it can lead to hypothermia. Hypothermia is when the body loses too much heat. Your body cannot maintain its core temperature. In hypothermia, heat is removed first from the extremities, the feet and hands. Heat is directed to vital organs, the heart, the lungs, kidneys, and the brain. The electrical activity that happens in the brain and heart are sensitive to cold temperatures. If these electrical impulses are slowed down, your body stops functioning. You can survive 3 hours without shelter. It is important when you are in an environment with extreme heat or cold to seek shelter immediately. To minimize the effects of prolonged exposure to wind, rain, extreme cold, you can do the following. 1. Wear layers to trap the warm air. 2. When you are doing physical activities, remove layers to avoid trapping moisture, and put layers back on when you have finished. 3. Be inventive. Use whatever debris, tree branches, sticks, rocks, and leaves in your environment to construct a small hut. You can survive 3 days without water. When you are looking for shelter, also look for water and food. After 3 days without water, you will be severely dehydrated, feel dizzy, experience dry mouth, dry eyes, fatigue, and constipation. Depending on the environment, there are various things to look for that can direct you to water. 1. Look for sources of fast-running water. 2. Pay attention to dense vegetation areas. Water may be available underground. 3. Look for different animal tracks going in the same direction. Animals need water also. 4. Are there birds flying low? This can indicate water nearby. 5. Water can also be collected from dew, using a piece of fabric and then wringing out the water. You can survive 3 weeks without food. Many people have gotten used to eating 3 times a day with snacks. In a survival situation, food is not the main priority. You can survive 3 weeks without food. In a survival situation, the safest thing to eat is fish. You can also look for birds' eggs or birds. If you think you can't handle catching or eating these animals, an alternative food is insects. The other food source is plants. Foraging for plants or mushrooms can be dangerous, especially if you cannot distinguish which plants are poisonous and which are safe to eat. It is better to eat safe foods than poison yourself with variety. You can survive 3 months without social interaction. Human beings are social creatures. We can only survive a limited time, alone, without any social interaction. The rule of 3 for survival focuses on maintaining homeostasis. You have to have a stable internal environment. Your body's stable internal environment includes getting enough oxygen to your cells. You need to keep a body temperature that is not too hot. Your body must maintain a temperature that is not too cold. You also need to get enough water and nutrients. Our bodies have built-in mechanisms to maintain homeostasis, the stable internal environment, like shivering, to generate heat when it's cold. Also, perspiring, to stay cool when the temperature rises. But in survival scenarios, these are not enough. You will have to modify the environment to keep your internal balance. Seek shelter and warmth to keep your body functioning optimally. In a disaster or emergency situation, the survival rule of 3 tells us that we can survive 3 minutes without air, 3 minutes in cold water, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, and 3 months without social interaction. I hope this video helps you determine what is important in a survival situation. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and press the bell for notification when more videos are uploaded at Survival Skills Now.